Hey, Nightwolf here, and today I'm drawing Wreneum. He's the first boss card design released to the public so far. I've already drawn the Undying Phoenix and Ultimate Shadow, but neither of their videos had enough. They had too many technical errors, really. But this one is one I'm most proud of so far. Wreneum is another version of Wolf. He was a card in the first card sheet, and he's the main protagonist of the series, although he only shows up after the first 3 books. He kind of ties together the story. This version of him took place in his second book, or second story, in the final fight against Ultimate Shadow. It's when he fused with the Wolf Sword. The Wolf Sword is one of the 6 remaining Shadow's Bane weapons. So the Shadow's Bane weapons were developed in the ancient city of Ethosium, meant to defeat the Shadows of Corruption. I keep calling it the Wolf Sword. It's actually called Nature's Edge. It used to be called the Wolf Sword like 2 or 3 years ago, but we all agreed that wasn't a permanent name. So now it's called Nature's Edge. That's its real name. When I started drawing this, I had no idea what I was going to do to make him look special or unique. But then I was struck with inspiration. It's a bit more violent and darker than most of my other designs, but I'm proud of this one. You'll see more as the picture goes. This expression took me so long to make. I'm telling you that. It was tough. I didn't know how to make his face express exactly how I wanted him to feel. As you can see, he's exhausted. And so trying to portray that in an expression like this was tough. Took a couple of tries. In fact, I think in a few moments I kind of give up and go to a different part for a moment. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Yeah, then I kind of moved on. The Wolf Sword's been a unique design. I think I drew it 4 years ago. One of the first things I drew when I made Wolf was his sword. It may not be the most practical design, but I still like it many years later. It's fun. You can see why it was named the Wolf Sword, even though I still get it confused sometimes. I forget that its name changed to Nature's Edge sometimes. The Wolf Sword is just so much. I mean, it's apparent. You can see what it is. It's descriptive. There we go. That expression is one that I like. This outfit. I tried to retain the outfit from Wolf for the most part, but make it a little more worse for the wear. This is the reason why when he became Nightwolf, which is another card from card sheet 2, when he's an adult. He has a different outfit, because his outfit got destroyed in the war. Took some work trying to balance it out, make it look destroyed enough. And the gores. I've never drawn gore before. It was a new experience. It gets more interesting as I drew it later, in the final phase. But I'm proud of this drawing so far. Sent it to some of my friends. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to forget the tail. I did that once and it wasn't the same. But man, I'm proud of that expression too. There we go. Yeah, so for the pose I had to ask my friend Jesus for help. See, I threw it up there. I didn't know exactly what to do with the legs to make it look better, so he gave me some tips. Took some work to figure out exactly how to do it, but he did help a lot with that. There we go, that's a little better. Foot still looks a bit off though. You're gonna have to do some work on that. I think I first made Wolf 6 years ago. He's come a long way since then. Back in the beginning when he was just a basic sketch, I had no idea what I wanted to do with him. He and Rogue Fox were two of the very first characters I ever made. Now I've been planning his story. I've been planning it for 5 years, but I'm starting to build a bit of a character arc for him. In the very beginning, he didn't have his memories, and so he was more of an innocent character. Happy and just going along with his friends. Then as the story progresses and he regains his memories, he remembers his trauma and begins to grow worse as the story goes. Then this is around halfway through his character arc. Then the Nightwolf card, when he's an adult, his trauma kind of all builds up, and that's why he ends up fighting Rogue Fox. I'm excited to see where the books go with that. Don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that, but it'll be fun in like 4 or 5 years or more. Gotta finish the Rogue Fox series, and then the Sleek Panther books and the Stingbird books too. Here we go, now onto the outline. It's kind of weird drawing his face and hair. Wolf doesn't have human ears, so normally I draw the hair around those, kind of giving the ears give the hair a frame, but without having human ears, it's kind of weird trying to draw his hair. Yeah, one other thing Jesus had said about the proportions was that I needed to beef up the forearm a bit. You saw earlier how I changed the proportions on that, so now it's a bit more realistic. Here we go. I also had to do some proportion fixing to make the swords look a bit better. And you probably also saw it earlier, I did some proportion fixing on the legs and right arm. Here we go. It was kind of a tough tie. I wanted to make him look a little more mystical in this drawing, because he is a boss card after all. A little more powerful, but I also didn't want to lose the idea of wolf. So I think I did my best with the clothing to make it look mystical. I still might have fallen short of that, made it a bit too human, but I still like it. Yeah, try not to get too dizzy. I think I still have a picture of the first digital drawing of Wolf I made back 5 years ago or so. He's changed a lot since then. Maybe I could throw it up on the screen here. Yeah, there we go. See, he still hasn't lost a sense of humor. But that was 5 years ago or so. He certainly has come a long way. I was proud of that when I first made it. I made him and Rogue Fox around the same time. But that was the best I could do at the time. I've got a bunch of other drawings along the way of him. He's always been the first prototype digital drawing, so I've got a bunch of digital drawings of him throughout the years. Still, I think that I'm the proudest of this one so far. Wolf does need to be redrawn. I'm redrawing pretty much most of the first card sheet. I've gotten through Olivia, Rogue Fox, and Sleek Panther. And so Wolf is next. I originally based Wolf off of myself. I designed his hair and base design off of myself, maybe a bit idealized, but his personality was also based off of mine too. In fact, I think it still is, for the most part. Okay, now I move on to coloring. It was kind of difficult to find where I wanted the light source to be, but in this drawing, the light source is actually his sword. There we go. It was about 3 years ago when someone recommended to me that I make his hair grey, like a wolf. His hair used to be blonde, as you saw in that picture earlier. I like it better this way. Here we go, now onto the texturing. Yeah, then it kind of skips. It's a long process removing the texturing from places that it's not supposed to be, so I skipped it for you. This video is already half an hour long. Well, by the end. Didn't want to make it even longer. Yeah, there's supposed to be a wound there. It's kind of hard to change stuff after I've already done the outline, and especially after I've already done the coloring, but it needed to be done. And then I made a mistake on the shading too. I used black instead of dark blue to shade it, so it gave it a weird effect. Shading can be one of the tougher portions of the drawing. Not nearly as bad as outlining, that's probably the hardest. But it's hard to make the shading look realistic like I want it to. Sometimes it can take a few tries. Here we go. Now it's starting to come together. Yeah, I'm not excited to do the hair for this one. With the tail, there's an extra amount of hair. And he's already got a lot of hair in his head. It's kind of complicated to do the hair because of the ears. They're not natural. But here we go. Making our slow progress on the base layer. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do his card. I've got some ideas for attacks I want to do. All the boss cards are going to be unique. I just don't know how to make his unique just yet. I'm thinking I could do something with damage. The damage dealt to him, so he deals it back to the opponent. Kinda reminds me of Counter-Strike by Nightwolf. Yeah, you saw how the ears were kind of complicated? It's hard to notice, but I actually made the whites of the eyes a bit blue. Not very, but just a little bit blue. Yeah, it's always tough shading the ears. I learned that the first time I tried to digitally design Wolf. His designs come a long way since then, but it's actually gotten tougher to design his ears because I've made it more, I guess, a bit more realistic. Made it flow together with the drawing. Yeah, there we go, blended it. Yeah, this part's always tedious. And now for the darkest shade. Most drawings stop at the hair, but this guy, he's got 2 more steps after this one. Gotta make sure it blends real well. Yeah, now for the highlight. Yeah, I'm really excited for this boss card sheet. I've got so many ideas for it. Ultimate Shadow, he's one of the designs that I haven't released yet, but I've finished him already. His card is gonna be so fun and annoying to every person that plays against him. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do for the Undying Phoenix or for Master Gezekai, but I've got some base ideas. And then Wolfen Master, I'm not gonna disclose his backstory nor the backstory of another one of the boss cards, but he's gonna be so fun. His gimmick is he basically makes new cards. Oh, yep, and here we just jump right into the gore. Sorry about that, guys. This is my first time ever drawing blood, so I don't know what I'm doing. It took me a bunch of tries to figure out how to make it look good. Turns out the right answer was a lot simpler than I thought. My mother's a nurse, she's seen a lot of gore, so I used her as a good reference for how to draw it. It was a lot simpler than I thought. Once I figured it out, I realized this is really easy. I mean, it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, my mom helps me a lot in these drawings. She's always supported me with Night with Heroes. Here you go, there's the big stain. I think it'd probably bleed I think it'd probably bleed more than that if he really had a sword there. But we don't want to go overboard. That'd just be gross. Let's remove that first trial and remake it better. There we go. Sorry it took so much longer to get this video out than it did to get the 1-minute one out. This one had to pause in the middle of the narration for a bit. As you can probably hear my voice, I'm a bit sick right now, so my voice is a bit more stuffy. Ooh, and we just skip right here. Well, that was the end of the gore stage. Now I did the background, trying to keep the same color scheme as the original wolf, but more red because, you know, he's closer to death. And I really didn't know what to do for the aura around him. Like, I wanted that to make him look more, you know, like a boss card, more powerful, but unlike the other two boss cards, I didn't know what I wanted to do with this one. There we go. I think that looks good. Now it's pretty much finished. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn more about Nightwolf Heroes, go to nightwolfheroes.com. Or if you have any questions, email me at nightwolfheroes@gmail.com. Have a good day, and until next time, God bless!